Trammlin here from Blues Guitar Unleashed. Welcome, and in today's video we're going to talk about the song Ain't No Sunshine When She's Gone by Bill Withers, which admittedly is not specifically a blues tune, but I do once a month, sometimes twice a month, I do an acoustic blues duo with a good friend of mine, and it's the kind of thing that it's a very popular song. It often does get played at blues jams, even though it's not specifically a blues. And so I thought we'll do a couple of things. We'll kind of walk through the chord progression and how I often see it played. And what I mean by that is that if you're wanting to play it, I'll say right off the record, it's probably not going to work out as well because there's some kind of oddball things that go on, and you're actually better off kind of playing it a little bit more straight, for lack of a better word. So let's jump in first. It's an A minor chord. It's in the key of A minor typically. And so to get started off, and we're going to do this kind of in a I'm going to play it, you play it with me kind of thing. So, you know, grab your guitar if you don't already have it in your hands, because you're going to want to kind of try this out as we go. The main chord progression is, or the main groove is a sort of 16th groove based around this A minor. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1. And so you'll notice that I'm tapping my foot 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. And what I want you to not get hung up on is, oh, I strummed some strings and I didn't mean to, or oops, I intended to hit some strings and I missed. No one cares. In the grand scheme of things, it is not going to matter. I can promise you that. If more often than not, you sort of stay in this groove, and even if you don't, as long as you sort of keep this groove in your mind's ear, you will be in good shape. Okay, so once again, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and make sure you don't tap your foot extra. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now, when you can do it, hopefully at about that tempo, we're going to go from that A minor to an E minor to a G. And you can use, I'll say, whatever G voicing you want back to an A minor. And these are all open position chords. Now, if you're, I'll say, fairly new to this and the idea of changing chords this quickly scares you to death, the open E note and the G note at the 3rd fret of the 6th string will actually do a pretty darn good job of filling in the blanks here because it goes pretty quickly. We're going to go 2 beats of the A minor, E minor, G, and those get 1 beat each. So 1 and 2, E minor, G, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now a whole bar. So it's going to be that little groove and then a whole bar of A, meaning 4 complete beats. So it'll go like this: 1, 2, 4. E, A minor, E minor, G, A minor, 3, 4, A minor, E minor, G, A minor, 2, 3, 4. Again, 1, 2, E minor, G, A minor. And if you really want to simplify it, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, or just a single strum. Could do that. Lots of options. It's not really important. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to go to E minor. 1, 2 for a whole bar. Then D minor for the whole bar. Then we're going to do that riff again. 1, 2, 3, 4, stop. Okay, that's the whole thing if we put it all together. So there's no chords other than the A minor, the E minor, the G, and the D minor. All right, so if we really do put it all together, Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. 2, and I don't know the words because I never sing it. And now we'll go down to the E minor for a bar. Now the D minor. Time she goes away. Do, 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 do. At that point, you could get the whole, I know, I know, I know, I know, and there's this really long empty space. So what typically is done when I play this on jam sessions, a few things happens. Usually the drummer keeps going. Okay, now of course if it's just me and another acoustic guitar player, or even me by myself, I wouldn't do that. I would play, I know, I know, I know, I know, I know, I know. I would do something like that at the top of every bar. So it's coming around to it. We have the E minor and the D minor, and I would do the A minor. I know, I know, I know, I know. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Then I'd go down to the E minor. Leave that thing alone. And the D minor. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Right? So it's basically like this big gap, sort of in the middle of a verse. It's not something unusual or something weird. You could do just a G and an A right there. You could do like power chords, or just a G and an A. Usually if the other person is playing something down low, then I play something up a little bit higher. There's a G to an A there at the 5th fret and 7th fret on the 4th string, or of course the 3rd and the 5th fret on the 6th string. Any of those will work, and they all work very, very well. Okay? And that's really the whole song. There's nothing else to it. It's a very straightforward song. It does, however, if you get to take a solo, it does present a really cool opportunity. Since it has a minor 1 chord and 5 chord and 4 chord, all 3 chords are minor. That doesn't happen very often in a bluesy type progression. When it does happen, it creates a space for something called the natural minor scale, which is also called the Aeolian mode. And that's a fun scale to use when you get the opportunity. And in this case it would be, and it's A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. There's no sharps or flats. So 5, 7, 8, 5, 7, 8, 5, 7. That's 1 octave. From here up to the 3rd string, 4, 5, 7. That's B, C, D. E, F, G is 5, 6, and 8. 5 is the A. 7, 8 is the B and the C. So again, 5, 7, 8, 5, 7, 8, 5, 7, 4, 5, 7, 5, 6, 8, 5, 7, 8. And so what sounds, it's a great, if you want an opportunity to play that scale and to sort of try and make some melody with it, this is a good opportunity to do it. Do you have to? No. Your A minor pentatonic scale works great. It works really, really fantastic. And in fact, even if you use that A Aeolian mode or A natural minor scale or A pure minor scale, whatever you want to call it, it has several names. Even if you're going to use that scale, if you want that bluesier sound, I suggest returning to the A minor blues scale regularly because it sounds bluesy. All right, so that's the song. That's pretty much it. So let me play through it one more time for you. Why don't you try and play it with me? 1, 2, 3, 4. back to the A minor and the riff. 2, 3, and we go again. There you have it. It's a great song. A lot of fun, and I love soloing over it. It's always fun. The other thing is that when you do the middle, I know, that whole thing, you really kind of got to watch the singer, because they're going to probably cue you when it's time to go to the 5 chord. Otherwise, you really won't know. On the original recording, I think it's like 5.5 measures or 4.5 measures, and then he kind of comes in the middle of a bar and cuts the next bar a little bit short, and nobody can remember on a bandstand exactly how that's supposed to go. So don't worry if you can't either. Generally speaking, the singer is going to cue you, and you're going to hear, "Gonna leave," and you know that when you hear that, "Gonna leave this girl alone," you know, when you hear that, it's time to go to the E minor. So that's just one of those things that you got to put on your big listening ears when you play it with somebody else, and you got to pay attention. Obviously, if you're singing it for yourself, you know when you're going to make that change. You don't have to worry about it. All right, so hope you'll try to play this with me today. It's super fun. It's just one of those kind of easygoing, fun, like pop, blues, R&B, soul. Like, I don't know exactly what you would call it, but it is a great song, and it comes up often, and is definitely one that you should know. Hopefully you can just play it along with me and add it to your repertoire. And as always, if you have guitar playing friends that you think would dig this video, hope you'll share it with them. I'm Griff Hamlin from Blues Guitar Unleashed, and I will talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.